Hey everybody, welcome back to Wine on RV. On this week's episode, I'm going to go over a new air conditioning unit that the company Turbro sent me by a brand named Lapland, I think. We're going to look into it a little bit, but basically it is designed to be like an under-the-bench air conditioner. Let's check it out. Let's find out. Remember, if you want to learn more and make less mistakes while RVing, be sure to hit that subscribe button, drop a like and a comment down below. I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Let's get straight to unboxing. So the unit came in two separate boxes. The smaller box is basically just a, what I presume is like the exhaust hose to get the air exchanged outside, as well as some vents, some optional 90s and little vents, again, all depending on your application. Now in the second box, the main box, you have the actual air conditioner, as well as what appears to be like the return grill. But let's go ahead and try and get this sucker out of here and see what we're looking at. Okay, once I lifted the main unit out of the box, underneath of it was a couple of drain tubes, what looks like wires for maybe a controller, I'm not sure exactly yet, some straps, and then I also noticed that there's a little panel right here which has the remote. We'll take a look and see what's in there, some batteries and some mounting hardware, of course the other piece for the remote onto the wall. What's in this box? This looks like the actual wall control unit. So you can have a wall control unit, probably by that cable, or the remote, or a combination of both. In my application, I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. Probably just go with the remote and just keep this thing local. But let's take a look at the rest of this unit. Okay, so after a quick review, I looked at this sticker and it talks about the outer air inlet and outlet to avoid abnormal temperatures. You know, don't block them. Those are under here on this side, and then there's also the drain that's on this side. You have the outlets for your air supply. Can either be on the front, like here's your return grate, so they can be on the front or the side. You can change out those plugs. However, the apparent stuff underneath needs to go to the outside of the RV. Now in my situation, that's not going to happen. You know, they sent me this. I'm still going to test it. We're going to show you guys like how loud it is and stuff like that. But basically, if you know, I was looking through the manual, and this is essentially something that has to be through like your floor. You have to cut a hole in the floor. They give you a paper cutout for those pieces, as you can kind of see here, so that it has air exchange with the outside. Okay, so we've completely changed plans now and gone away from the Airstream like I talked about, and we're at my buddy's camper, and he's been remodeling his camper. So as you can see, we still got some skin off the wall and whatnot. But I got the template down on the ground. This is gonna go basically in their bedroom of this camper, right on the front wall. As you can see, this is that curved, basically nose of a standard travel trailer. I'll show you guys later. But I got the template on the ground right now, and you can see we have the inlet and the outlet, and then way over here is the drain hole. And this is all on this template, real nice and easy to understand. So again, you got the inlet, outlet, and the drain hole all on the template. Now I've already measured to make this kind of center in this room. And then, but what we're gonna do is, because there might be a floor joist somewhere in this area, is we're gonna start by cutting a hole kind of right about here, right on the edge of this, trying to find that floor joist, and then the unit will probably shift it a little bit left or right so that floor joist goes right in between these two cutouts. And then from there we'll readjust the template and cut accordingly for the bottom side of the unit. Okay, so now we drilled first hole, and then the joist was way over here. So we measured for it, we cut a second hole closer, and then just got real accurate with it. So now I just transferred what my little holes were and transferred my little marks for the two holes here, as well as the center for the drain hole. And so now we're gonna go ahead and cut those three things out. Okay, so now we got the three holes cut. We're gonna go ahead and drop the unit in and make sure that it fits, and then we'll go on from there to talk about our drain and our airflow, because this is still a partially sealed environment. Bam. It's nice and perfect. flush. And again, there's a little foam gasket down here. So once we secure this down, it's gonna suck it down nice and tight. And then that'll create a nice good air seal so nothing's coming in or outside of the camper. All right, so now what I'm doing is taking my drain tube and I'm connecting my two pieces together. And then this piece is what's gonna connect to the unit. So I'm gonna feed this down through my hole to the outside, which I just poked a hole with a little drill bit. And then on the outside, we drilled a hole for this to come out. All right, so I'm just leaving this little nub right there so that when I put the unit on, I can go ahead and connect that, and then we'll pull it through all the way, keeping it nice and secure. All right, so for airflow under here, because the frame is right here, but the front of the cap sits here, we're just cutting back the fabric that's right there so that we have fresh intake and output air exchanging right here. This is well insulated around, so it's mainly just going to be a pocket of air right here that can free flow exchange with the outside. Okay, so to wire up the thermostat, it's very straightforward. There's 4 wires. They're labeled 12 volt, ground, A, and B, and it goes just like that in order from right to left. 12 volt, ground, A, and B. They just pop right in. You just got to use these little depression tabs to seat it in there, and now that's in there and secure. I'm gonna go ahead and plug it into the unit and plug the unit into the wall, test it out, turn it on, see what this thing sounds like, and we'll go from there from finishing it out. Okay, so we got it plugged in. I went ahead and turned the thermostat on. I set it down real low. The fan's gonna start to ramp up, and that's all that you're gonna hear. You can't hear the compressor run. You can't hear anything going on in this thing. All you hear is the airflow coming out of there. But right now I'm gonna let this record and let it ramp up so you can hear it. All right, so the ambient temperature inside the camper right now is about 76. I'm gonna point this over the vents, see if that picks up the air. From this angle, it's not doing very good. Let me bring it down and show you how cold this thing is. We're picking up 50-degree air coming out of this thing. So again, 75 inside the camper. Once this adjusts, you'll see it was about 75, even calling it 72. And coming down here, air is coming out extremely cold. It's picking up low 40s, but that's got to be like coming right off the coil. So, but I mean, it's very cold to the touch. And as you can hear, you don't hear anything. All you can hear is the air movement. It's not like you even hear the fan itself. All you can hear is the air movement, airflow coming out of it. All right, so next we're gonna go ahead and actually secure this down to the floor. It has 4 little spots right in the 4 corners, and that's because we're going right on wood. That's how we're gonna do this. There are other ways you can secure this using the metal strap and casing, depending on your environment, whether you're in a Class B, this is mounted somewhere different. There's a few different options out there, but for us, we're just gonna take 4 wood screws to the 4 corners. All right, so I got the unit on full blast right now. I got the thermostat just sitting here, and I have the remote. Now, the remote, I just put the batteries in it, clicked power, and it was already paired up right out of the box. I didn't need to do anything. So right now, because my buddy with this camper, he's still gonna be building out his bed and building this room out, so this is all we're gonna do for now. But I'm still gonna just talk about a few things with you guys. So again, the remote, super easy to use as a fan, mode, clock if you want to set a timer and stuff like that. This unit is very basic and simple. It is a heat pump, so it has 9,500 BTU of heating power, 10,000 BTU of cooling power, and I mean it is coming out ice cold. Now, of course, the vents right now stock come off the front. They can also come off the side. It's just a little plug of styrofoam essentially that you take out and put it over here, and it redirects the airflow out that side. Now, the other thing this unit comes with is ducting material as well as little ducts. So let me show you what those look like. They came with these little 90-degree ducts that you can use if you so desire. They can also just be just the straight end. So if you wanted to pop these in on the ends, you could. But it also comes with a ducting material. It's really just cardboard. It's nothing fancy. I'm not sure how well it would hold up for insulating value and all that type of stuff. I'm not going to attest to this, but it's very simple. It just goes right in each of the 3 holes that you want, and then you can duct this different areas. So depending on your install, it comes with quite a bit of this. I'm not sure how long this is, but it's pretty significant. But I think all it's going to do here with his camper is set up just like a little 6-inch piece of this that's going to go in, and then that vent will probably kick off to the side because it's going to be right at the edge of the bed, and then that way the ducts can flow out that way towards the main area of the camper. He can maybe point one up to circulate within here. The return grate is right on this backside. It's a very simple unit. Whisper quiet. Then I turn the fan down to low, so we're gonna listen to this thing right now, and I'm not sure if you can even hear it over the sound of my voice naturally. Right now it's winding down, but let's let it come down to its low side. And I'm willing to bet that once this thing is installed, running, and cools the space down and is just maintaining a temperature, you won't hear it kick on. The fan will just be circulating real nice and low. It probably won't ever have to ramp up to that medium or high unless you're in some extreme heat situations. But now it's down into the low section. Again, this thing is fully exposed right now. Once there's a bed over this and this airflow is coming out the side, it's gonna be even more quiet. But I mean, you can't hear it. I'm not sure if you guys can even pick up anything on the camera right now, but it is whisper quiet. All right, so as you can see, just for temporary use, we basically jammed in those ducts, kind of to aim them a few different directions in here, just to get some airflow in here. And again, this thing is running, it's whisper quiet. All I can hear right now is the airflow itself. Super quiet, super energy efficient, outstanding unit. So you can see the hole cut out up there, where we got, obviously you can see some airflow because there's a little piece of insulation flipping around up there. But that is where it's breathing. And then right down here is the drain tube that comes out, and just have that draining down. All right guys, well that's it for this week's video. Make sure to drop a like, hit the subscribe button, make sure to turn on the notification bell, drop a comment down below if you have any questions about anything. Until next time, thanks for watching One Out RV. Bye.